Hi, I'm Lisa, and welcome to Make and Learn with Aurora Public Libraries. Make and Learn is a series of crafts, games, and activities to do with your child to help with early literacy and cognitive development. Today we're going to focus on the early literacy skill of play, and we're going to do that by making a floor road map, or a rug map, if you will, or a rug road, or a different way to do it would be a road play mat or play mat puzzle. I'll show you both ways and you could decide which way works for you. So first you'll have to gather some supplies. For the floor map, you'll need some masking tape or some painter's tape and a lot of room on the floor. So if you don't have a lot of room, you're going to want to go with the second idea. And this is the only painter's tape I had. It's a bit thick. Thinner would probably work better. But that's all you would need for the rug road. If you'd rather do a kind of puzzle road, all you would need are sheets of paper, blank paper, and a marker or Sharpie or something to write on it with that's big and bold. Also, when you go to play with your road, you want something to drive on it. And you can use any kind of little car that you have around, or if you have no cars, you could use a little toy animal and move it around the roads. Or really, you could get creative, and if you don't have any little cars or any little animals, you could use something as simple as a deck of cards and put it down and drive it around the road and pretend that it's a car. So it can be as simple as that. So what the activity is if you are doing a rug road, you would take your tape, masking tape or painter's tape, and you would tape it down on your rug or floor. Be very careful if you have wood floors. Sometimes masking tape will leave a sticky residue, so you'd for sure want to use painter's tape if you have a wood floor. If you have a rug, the masking tape should be fine, but I would definitely check a little area that's way off to the side first to make sure when you pull up the tape, it doesn't leave any residue on your carpet. But as you can see here, I've started my rug road and I made it wide enough for the size car I have, so you could adjust for whatever size car you have. But I've tried to make it fun. I've got a fork in the road. I have it going off one way and I didn't end up anywhere yet. And going off the other way, I put in like a little parking lot that could be there, and then I put in an intersection. And you could just have fun with this and use as much floor space and as many rooms as you would like. If you don't have that much space, or you want to add one additional element to this fun little game, you can do it on pieces of paper. So on each individual piece of paper, draw a section of a road. It can be something fun like this little curve. It can be an intersection. It can be a parking lot, just a straight part of road, anything you want. You can be creative. You could have the child draw. You could help the child, whatever works for you depending on the age of your child. But draw as many of these little pieces of the road map as you'd like, because then you're going to put them together like a puzzle to create your road. So depending on how many pieces of paper you use or how much space you have, you can do this on a floor or on a table. And the fun part is putting it together. So it's kind of like a puzzle. So I've started here with a couple of my pieces, but as you can see, if I choose to put the parking lot there, well, I've created a problem for myself because I can't put this part here because it covers up the parking lot. So I have to think through it and maybe put my parking lot somewhere else. So if I put my parking lot here, then I could add this piece here and have my road going off beside the parking lot. It becomes a puzzle for the child to put together in a way that will work. building this is almost as much fun as playing with it. You can make it as complex or as simple as you want. You could add parking places, you could add intersections, you could add exit ramps. You could even play with putting signs on an intersection, like a stop sign or a pretend traffic light. You could find other items around your house and build a little city around it. Even just empty cardboard boxes could work as city buildings, or if you have blocks, you can build those as buildings. If you want to make it even more difficult, challenge the child to create a road that follows a particular suggestion. For example, can it be a complete loop? Not necessarily just a circle, but the kind of road where there's no beginning or end. You can start anywhere and go all the way around it and end up back at the same place. That would be a little more challenging. Or you could even try for maybe make the road go in all 4 different directions and have the challenge of having that happen and then ending up back at the beginning. Just the sky's the limit as far as creativity and what your map ends up looking like. And you might think this is fun, and I really hope that it is fun, but the purpose of this is to use imagination and pretend. Imagination and pretend really help with cognitive development and with abstract thinking that will come later in their life. This is a good building block for that. Also, handling the cars or the play pieces is good with gross motor skills. Any kind of play helps the child interact with their world. And if you're doing any kind of map, there is planning involved, and planning is a really good skill to practice. It involves looking ahead, it involves sorting through different options, it involves hitting stumbling blocks and thinking through, that didn't work, what else can I try, some trial and error. Those are really, really good skills to develop. But of course, just playing with the car on the road, hopefully, will be fun as well. Now, like I've done in my past Make and Learns, I have some books to share with you too that go along with what we did today. And any book is good to read, of course, but these books deal with roads and they deal with other skills that are really good for early literacy and cognitive development. So the first book is Fred and Ted's Road Trip, and it's by Peter Eastman. This book is the 2 dogs go on a road trip, but it deals with opposites and differences, which again is a good skill to develop. Another book is called All Aboard for Bobo Road by Stephen Davies. This book takes place in Burkina Faso, which is in West Africa. So that is an interesting change for a book for the child, that they could see another part of the world. And this book deals with counting. They put different things on the bus and then they take the different things off the bus. And it's kind of fun because you can challenge the child to find the things in the pictures. If there's 5 goats, point out the 5 goats, and that helps with counting. This book is a non-fiction book, and it's called Building a Road, and it's by Joanne Early. It's simple facts about real road work and what it takes to really build a road in our world. The child might be interested in that because they're on the roads all the time, probably riding in the car, and a good chance they never thought about how those roads got there. Another nonfiction book is Road Work by Sally Sutton. This is nonfiction and has more facts about building roads, but the fun thing about this book is it's a rhyming book. So it's fun to read through with the rhymes. And the last book I have is Honk Splat Vroom by Barry Gott. And quite honestly, it's just a super cute book about a road race and these mice and what they do on their road. So I hope I've given you some ideas for a good thing to play with. The road map on the paper, those papers could be kept and brought out whenever you need them. Obviously the one on the floor, you probably don't want to leave there that long, but it's a really fun way to get the kid involved in planning and moving and using some skills like that. So thank you for tuning in to Make and Learn, and we'll see you next time at Aurora Public Libraries.